Hey, so I realized that I did not talk about the actual spit note. I covered the quick spit, and there is a difference. The spit note does work really well. Once you got the quick spit down, the spit note's practically cake. I mean, it's easy. We'll go to the garage here in a bit to talk about it, but right now I'm on my way up to set up for the 50th anniversary edition of the Ducks Unlimited Banquet of Topeka. So, since it's Topeka, there's a lot of Glocks and ARs and stuff like that, since this is kind of not the best city. But, no, I'm kidding. It's just like any other one. But, yeah, stay tuned. We'll get to it here shortly, all right?
Big shot, Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. Fresh paint job, fresh inside. It's an outside frame and the
We just got back from setting up for the DU banquet. The spit note. It's like the quick spit, but longer. Yeah. Guys, I think we're gonna have to do this tomorrow or something, because this ain't working for me tonight. I have no energy. Guys, we got like one shot to do this before I run up and work the DU banquet. So, the spit note. So basically what it is, it's a long, drug-out version of the quick spit. It's like a spit moan. So if the quick spit was a really hyper cluck with a little bit of something extra at the front of it, the spit note or the spit moan is like a really, really hyper moan with a little bit of something at the front of it. This is what it sounds like. And this is the quick spit with a spit note after it. So once you get that really hard T sound down of the quick spit, the t, 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 you're going to hit that and then you're going to drag it out longer. T, t. And the main thing to keep in mind about this note is you've got to keep your pressure up. You've got to keep it up. You've got to keep air going through the call. Once your tongue drops down, you got to keep that air coming through the call at a really high rate and a lot of pressure in order to get that higher pitched moan drug out in the back end. Couple different things you can do to kind of play around with this note is you can push it a little bit harder, increase the air going through the call even more, and you can make it even more exaggerated. So this is just a few things. We're going to start a little bit lower, maybe have a little bit bigger mouth cavity, drop our tongue down or drop our mouth a little bit more. Billy, what are you doing? Huh? Get out. Hey, let's go. Hold on. Anyway, so we're going to drop our mouth cavity a little bit more, think a little bit deeper thoughts, like we're talking in a really deep voice, and we're going to have that initial quick spit sound where it is a little bit deeper, and we're going to just have a normal breakover of the call, normal drag out of the spit note, but then as we progress throughout the sequence, we're going to start hitting that T sound a little bit harder. We're going to start tightening up on our mouth a little bit, making it a little bit louder, a little bit more exaggerated. We might drag it out a little bit longer, and we're going to really just kind of push that note to its extreme. So this is kind of that sequence. We're going to start out lower, build higher. Okay, so that's just a couple different things you can do with the spit note. Now, when do we use this out in the field? This thing has so much power. I was hunting with this one guy this past season that he was an older guy, and he comes up to me and goes, "Sir, I've been hunting geese for 40 to 50 years, and I've never seen anyone turn geese quite like you did." And this was that note. This was the note that day that had those birds just every time they get out there a little bit, or breaking off of a flight path, they just come right toward us with this note. And basically all I'm doing is just sitting there until they started to turn on us. And then once they started kind of turning in, that's when I kind of go into other stuff, start mixing around until maybe I lost them and I had to get them back around. And you can hear me messing up, or what it sounds like a mess up a little bit on some of those notes, and it's not really much of a mess up. Maybe in a contest routine it would be, but in the field I do that a lot. It's more, I'm more controlling it than anything, but it just adds a different inflection into the call. And that's one thing I really want you guys to start thinking about, is ways to make these notes sound a little bit different, to put different meaning on them that's going to make the geese really like it. So guys, I got a lot of positive feedback from that last quick spit video, and hopefully this one's going to take it to the next level. But the main thing to keep in mind is ask me questions. There's been several people that have come and asked questions. That's great. I've helped them as best I can. I'm safe to say that everyone that has come to me with questions has gotten better because of it. Don't be afraid to. Everyone's got problems. It took me a long time to learn some of these notes, and I mean it's just goose calling. I just got done with work. I'm getting ready to go off and run around, do a bunch of other stuff. Everyone's busy this time of year, or everyone's busy. Everyone works like 10 hours a day. I mean, I've seen your guys' Snapchats. I mean, it's just the way it is, and goose calling takes a long time to learn. And what I'm trying to do is help you guys bridge that gap, so you guys don't necessarily have to take as much time to get better. If you guys send me a 10-second sound file on Snapchat and I turn around and give you some advice in return, it's going to help bridge that gap, and you're not going to spend a ton of time guessing, am I doing this right? You'll be on the right foot, you'll be better off, and it's just going to advance that learning curve and take less time, so you don't have to spend as much time practicing like I did. So yeah, stay tuned. We've got more stuff coming. I know this one seemed pretty rushed. It's a spit note. We covered a lot of the main stuff of the note, the main structure of the note, in the quick spit portion. All we're doing is we got that same hard T sound, and we're just extending that air coming through the call, dragging it out, kind of like what you would do with a really hyper moan. So yeah, stay tuned. We got more stuff coming. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Snapchat. If you got a question, ask. Don't be afraid. Everyone's got issues. I still work with people on my calling and stuff like that, especially with contest stuff. I mean, I need to do better with contests, but it's just goose calling. You're never at the level that you want to be, and I want to help you guys try to get to the next level. So, like I said, subscribe, send me your questions if you got them. I got a list going of videos that we're going to do in the future, so yeah. Thanks, guys.